What do you see?
I see a man figure with a big shawl that looks like a bird's nest or fur.
Well, I see a mask with detailed beads all over it. There's a face on the front of it, but no holes to see out of it. And on the tip of the mask, there are red feathers, and the bottom looks similar to a bush, and there happens to be a beard on it as well. Okay, and what's it about?
I think it's about a celebration. I think this piece of artwork is used for celebrations because it's beaded work and how beautiful the shells are placed. It's just not something that you could see every day.
And I think the mask was used for fertility or to celebrate great achievements. I would assume leaders of the tribes would wear these to bring great prosperity to their people because how detail oriented and nice it is. How do you know?
I know because of our past learning experiences that help us know that masks are only used for celebrations and achievements for people with power.
And based off what I observed and also growing up throughout school, learning about different cultures, especially Africa's, masks were most likely used for either war or fertility or celebration. So I think that's probably what they were used for. And what might have this what might this work have meant to someone in its original context, and what makes you think so?
I think this work might have meant a symbol of honor or importance. I think so because the work and detail is amazing, and I don't think they made a bunch of these because the detail and the bead work might symbolize something else like importance.
Due to how detail oriented the mask is, I believe it's probably meant for a great importance to the people. It's clearly a unique and one of a kind mask meant for someone of great importance, such as the leaders and warriors of the tribes. How does its meaning change with its new context within the museum, and what makes you think so?
It changes somewhat because instead of using it for war and achievements like we thought, the mask was used for funerals of great leaders that would dance so to celebrate life of only great men or great leaders, maybe warriors, and only the Cuba King because of the red feathers were used by the Cuba King.
Compared to what we thought, we were partially correct. The mask was meant to honor the nobility of the people that passed away and to honor them, and they were usually meant for kings of the tribe due to the red feathers. So we were partially correct, as in the fact that it was meant for great people. Explain the positive aspects of the museum owning and displaying this artwork.
I think its positive use would be good for allowing people to see how life of the dead can be celebrated and not just sad. And we get to acknowledge the great people who passed and always acknowledge the good in them.
And I think the positive aspects of them owning it is for us to see or for them to show the different sides of celebration toward the great leaders and kings and to acknowledge the different uses of masks. Explain the negative aspects of the museum owning and displaying this artwork.
I don't think there's any negative aspects of them owning it. It shows um, what the past was like and how they celebrated, you know.
How might your experience with interpreting the work change your life?
I think it showed that we should acknowledge the great people in our lives and not just be sad when they pass, and we should acknowledge the good while they're still here.
And it changed my life by helping me realize to celebrate the people I have in my life instead of waiting before it's too late to celebrate them and honor them. And how does your interpretation compare to what the museum or artist says about the work?
We were halfway there. We almost had it, but we thought maybe the mask was used for fertility or for warriors and achievements, but it was used to celebrate the use for noble people.
Our interpretation was very close. The mask was used to celebrate and honor the Cuban people, great leaders, and kings, whereas we thought it was used for celebrations, fertility, and power. How does the way the museum show and tell viewers about non-Western artworks affect the way viewers think about the civilizations that created these works?
I think I think the way the museum showed this piece was great. I think it shows us part of the past and how certain people of different countries celebrated and how they mourned and how they kind of did things. And I think we both agree that the way the museum showed us let us learn a lot from it and how the past was, which was really great.